Good evening and welcome to Money Magazine. I'm Alan Booknia. With property prices continuing their upward momentum, some people are looking at alternative living quarters, such as living on board. The average price of a liveaboard yacht is about half that of the same-sized landlocked apartment. Producer Stephen Lee looks at the pluses and minuses of investing in a boat to call home.
Gross floor area, almost 3,000 square feet. Deluxe bedrooms. A rooftop with 180 degrees sea view. The price, $5.9 million. That's about $2,000 per square foot for accommodation at the Gold Coast. Kurt, a medical goods trader, and his wife moved from their native Holland to Hong Kong about 9 months ago. Initially, they lived in a flat in Central. Then they decided to buy this 80-foot, 4-story fiberglass yacht. It became their home a few weeks ago.
We want to live more outside than inside. And here, you can look around. Everything is outside. You can easy access outside areas. We have good facilities in the club, so it's more convenient and more fresh.
The club is the Gold Coast Yacht and Country Club. Boat dwellers have to buy a debenture at a club where the floating home is to be berthed. The debenture here costs $568,000.
So it fills up with water. When you're finished, you press the other button, and then the water will be flushed out and go into our dirty water tanks.
Sewage is pumped out once every fortnight. Sewage collection as well as broadband internet access are included in berthing fees of $15,000 paid to the club. There's also $1,050 for club membership and $5,000 for a boat boy. And for water and electricity, Kurt pays about $3,000. That's a total of about $24,000 in monthly extras.
If you compare it, if you want to buy or rent an apartment, you go to mid-levels, you pay 60,000 Hong Kong dollars. If you go to the Peak, for example, and take the same amount of square feet, for sure the amount of more. Is the steering wheel working normally as a regular boat?
But yacht dwellers also have mandatory annual costs. Once a year, a floating boat has to be hauled out of the water for defouling.
Then we will hire a captain to do it. So we'll be, I think, 4 or 5 people crew will be on board.
The process costs about $20,000. Defouling is required by insurance companies, which demand an annual premium of about 1% of a yacht's value. In Kurt's case, it's about $60,000. But he's not about to give up his coveted perch. This marina club has 200 berths, but limits the number of houseboats to 36. It has a waiting list of about 10.
We are happy to cap at 36 at this moment to ensure quality, to ensure good living environment.
Last week, the club held its annual luxury yacht exhibition. A 39 million Ferretti from Italy, or the 61 million Predator 82 from Britain.
The yacht for exhibition this year is larger than last year. The range is from 20 to 30 feet all the way to a very large yacht over 100 feet.
This mega yacht is 210 feet. It'll set you back $540 million. Can any yacht be converted into a liveaboard?
In principle, they can, but I recommend tailor-made.
Why?
So that boat owners can meet their exact requirements.
Most of the houseboats in Hong Kong are 30 to 80 feet and custom-built in mainland China. Houseboat owners have to obtain a license from the Marine Department to have it in Hong Kong.
If you get your license, it means you also have to submit to all kinds of safety standards, fire, extinguishing material, life-saving material, all of that has to be on the boat.
The license doesn't differentiate between a boat being used for pleasure or for living, although most of the houseboats in Hong Kong never leave their berths, mainly at Discovery Bay, the Gold Coast, Sai Kung, and Aberdeen. More than 400 families in Hong Kong have opted to live on board boats.
Real estate is very expensive in Hong Kong, particularly if it's waterfront real estate, like you see here on the marina, you know, maybe up to $10,000 per square foot. Aqua estates, on the contrary, with all the conveniences of a house, we're talking about maybe $2,500 a square foot.
In general, a liveaboard boat has a lifespan of more than half a century.
The houseboats we build should be outlasting the person who's living in it. So we're building for 60 to 90 years of lifespan.
The value of a liveaboard boat is said to depreciate about 10% annually. But a profit can be made. Some clubs, such as the one at Discovery Bay, allows boat owners to sell the rental rights to the berth to new buyers. Brad, an insurance broker, bought this 9-month-old, 60-foot liveaboard yacht, along with the debenture and berth rental rights, for about $4.2 million.
And I thought, wow, well, the boat should be even more than the apartments. And then I found out that for the same square footage, the boats are about half the price.
And this boat is second-hand.
To buy a brand new houseboat, it's actually possible. The problem is that's going to take maybe 1 year or 15 months. And we were just in a hurry to get on the boat.
He's been living on the boat for 9 months now.
Now the agents are coming to me and saying, would you be interested in selling your boat for 4.8, 4.9? And that's in a 9-month period. So part of that is the demand for the boat, and part of that is the demand for the debentures, which are included in the boat. There are very few debentures available in Hong Kong at the moment. It's tempting.
There is a lack of berth, a lack of marinas, a lack of liveaboard spaces. So as people are getting more interested in the lifestyle living aboard, so you get more demand and less supply and the prices go up.
Kim claims the value of a liveaboard boat and club debenture can rise by about 8% per annum.
Yeah, well, I reached the tender age of retirement.
Eric bought a houseboat 9 years ago.
It sold within a weekend, and we moved out in September.
He sold his vessel, along with the club debenture and berthing rights at Discovery Bay, for about $4 million and made a handsome profit.
I made in excess of $2 million profit. The problem is availability of berthing. It's not the price of the boat, it's the berth.
Yeah.
And that controls everything.
The Discovery Bay Marina Club's more than 150 berths are filled, and it has just built 28 new ones.
The current extension, which we've just finished, takes us to the full capacity of this marina. So we're at the complete boundaries of the seawall that we have here.
The club has stopped issuing debentures since 2000.
Just simply, there are more debentures available in the market than there are berth places here, so there's no need for us to issue new debentures. When we first launched the marina, it was running as a standard recreational marina club. You'd have a lot of transient boats coming and going. Now that we've gone more into the liveaboard mode and boats are stationary,
95% of the marina is occupied by liveaboards.
they are treating it like a house. So they have their cutlery, their crockery, their TVs and everything all hung on the walls. If they do want to sail it, it does take sort of quite a bit of time to get it ready for ocean going.
We've got a jacuzzi down here. It's got an oxygen function, an FM radio. This is our switch box.
Brad says he feels safe living on the boat, even when Typhoon Neogiri hit Hong Kong last month.
Because we're in essentially a typhoon shelter, the waves don't really rock the boat. The wind moves the boat. So on the roof, it's more unstable than it is down in the bedrooms, which are almost at water level. So in the typhoon, you are aware of the boat moving, but it's not anything to worry about.
Eric is leaving Hong Kong in a few weeks.
We actually really miss the Marina Club life, and it was a great experience.